Hello friends, how's everybody doing out there? This is your friend Jeff, playing the Ultimate General American Revolution. Over here you can see that the game updated yesterday. Gave us a slight problem, but then just had to reboot and then get back into the game and stuff like that. But anyways, this is on Xsolla, don't forget, it's on Steam. But Xsolla is going to get it first, so that's why I'm continuing my campaign on here instead of doing it on Steam. But anyways, you can see right here, 0.307 revised 52122. Yeah, kill them all indeed. I could go continue, but when this patch came out, it put me back into Boston like 2 years earlier, so I'm just gonna, just for the heck of it, I'm going to go right here because on 25 September 1777, a big invasion landed, and that's what I labeled it. So here we go, my friends. We're going to get into this. And I thought I might, because there's some people that have been asking me questions and stuff, so I mean, I think I might just, before doing the battle, because I don't know how I'm going to do this battle. I mean, I already got I got it already. Don't get me wrong, but maybe the first few minutes we'll look at the whole game for just a moment, and I'm going to go through some different things. So this is not going to be like a tutorial. It's just going to be a little thing. So I'm going to go through all of these and show you for just a moment. But let's just take a peek. This is where we start. And like I said, when you take Boston, if you can, you want to do it as quick as possible. Even if there's a large force there, you got to have some here, here, here. And hopefully you already took Stevens, because Stevens is wonderful. If you get this, like, okay, so the game starts, right? And you do the Lexington battle here just as a tutorial. Then the game first tasks you to get Providence. So that's what the game tells you, like you have 15 days to get Providence. That's the first thing. So the another thing I can recommend, and there's other people that do other things and stuff, but you need to take, if the game tells you in 15 days to take Providence, take it. You have 2 regiments that you start. If you take the 3rd regiment that you get from when you're making your character, he'll spawn here, and you have 3 Fusilier units. They're professional, so bring the 2 over to here, bring this one right over to here, and you can take this. Now there are weird things that happen, so save the game, because if he retreats over here, he's going to take Middleborough, and then eventually they're going to get some reinforcements, and then they're going to go to Middleborough. Things of that nature. Now, if you're playing this game already, why would you even be watching me? Because this is an easy campaign. So I mean, there's people that are putting up ultimate and hard and stuff like that, and go ahead and do that. But anyways, but once you get this, you get some money. Then you come down and get Newport. Then you'll get some ships. You can always scrap those ships and sell them if you need money, and things of that nature. And then, like I said, you got to do things to try to get these guys to come out and fight. And if they do come out and fight, you might be able to sneak in and get Boston. So I mean, it's gamey, or it's a challenge, but nonetheless, and you're gonna get like 30,000 in money if you get this. Just like over here, one tells you to get Ticonderoga. Now, if you don't get Ticonderoga, which is a tier 3 fort, and if you wait too long, they're going to reinforce this. So the idea is, whenever this map opens up in any of this game, you need to do, in the time frame of whatever the game tells you, like here, defend Saratoga in 7 days, they're going to give me some money, right? Like there's no enemy in this region. So I do have somebody here, because I don't want to lose a 2 tier, because when the enemy had this, I can tell you, All right, and I'm sure in harder difficulties it would be even worse. But what I'm saying is, they send a regiment over here to take Albany, and they would take Saratoga if you didn't have anybody in there. Just like I do not want to lose Ticonderoga. I mean, that's a tier 3, and I don't want to lose it and stuff like that. And then Montreal, if you take Montreal, but again, I'm just going to mention the key to, and I'm not saying that this is the best way to go, but the key is whatever stage in this game you are, that's what you need to do. And you need to do it as aggressively as you can, because the longer you take, the more and more reinforcements and invasions are gonna happen and stuff. And I can't even tell you the exact number of invasions that I face, but I know it's around 15 or something. I mean, and that is a lot. And I don't count any invasion that's scripted. But the battle that I planned for this is here. They landed in Cambridge and they took it away from me, but I didn't have anybody there, and I'm lucky I didn't, because they would have been destroyed. So I brought the New York. I just left one in New York, and I brought everybody to New York, and I just about had enough time to get to here. And I got my new cav, just one. I don't have enough to create another one. And I didn't make, I sold because I needed money, so you have to sell stuff to sell money. So I didn't sacrifice dragoons. Like okay, let me see. Yeah, see, I only have 38, so technically I could, well, let me just see something for a minute. Yeah, I only have 38. Matter of fact, I can't do that, and I'll tell you why. I can't do it only because my other cav, my original cav unit is somewhere on this map. It's a big map, but yeah, right here. These are my dragoons, and they're down 40 weapons. Oh yeah, and this is what I wanted to explain too. Okay, so let me go into this for just a moment. Alright, because this is kind of like, my videos are kind of like informative in a way. Maybe boringly, but nonetheless they are. Okay, you see this right here, this fort? I think it's called Lily or something like that. Now notice Randolph here, and then the key thing is you can see Beaver Bog, Fort Ruins, and Ohio River. So I'm talking about this fort right here, and if we pan over this way, we can see by Miami River, and look, there's even an enemy supply wagon here, but there's no, see, there's some, this is a to me, this is a bug, because I can tell you that, look at these, I can't do anything with it. I can stay here all day and it ain't gonna configure over to me. And I'm gonna tell you something too as a thing. Okay, so when you make off this is an enemy place, fort. It is a fort, but make sure I got it already. I killed the enemy and I got this. This fort that you see here, there was a fort here that looks just like this. Okay? But notice this is right here. So this is something odd. I've never been over here. Like I physically, my army has physically never been over here. So we see one of these already, and yet a wagon is coming through it. So there is something goofy or wrong, glitch or bug. There's even one over here, and then there's one Fort St. Clair here. Okay, so if we look over here, we see one over here and stuff like that, and one there. But okay, so Georgian Bay. So we're gotta look at these target things, right? And then there's Niagara here, and then over here, and I don't know if there's any enemy up here, and maybe there's supposed to be, but it's, I mean, how can a supply wagon come from this thing here? And then what is this icon? Like, I can't do anything with it. Some people said that they can do something with it. Well, I don't know what the heck you're talking about, because so yeah, so let me get back. I don't want to deviate too much, but let me get back to this for just a moment. The thing I knew what was strange about this fort over here that looked exactly like this fort before I attacked it was, once I got into the fort and I got into the tactical battle, because you can see we just came out of a tactical battle, and this is probably something that I didn't make a video of, so I mean, but now I'm explaining what is going on, so that way you can, you know, see and hear what I'm saying about this, and if I'm wrong in what I'm saying, then correct me, but do it nicely, of course. But anyways, so this is what I'm saying. That when I went in there on a tactical battle, before I came back to this global map and where my units are now here, because what I would have done is this guy right here would have been in this fort, just like this guy over here. This regiment is in this fort. And then that would have left me with my Cav and Morgan and Gates that we could have then, because this is all, the only thing I wanted to do was, before this major attack that I got in Cambridge came to me, I mean, I knew I had a little bit of time, so I moved 4 regiments this way, and I took, you know, Randolph. I already had Pitt, so I mean, I don't know if I had Westall, but maybe I had to come get Westall, or maybe I had it, I don't know. So, but then I know I got Randolph, and I knew this was a long haul to get over here when I have a pending major attack at Cambridge. And I'll tell you even one more thing. This game does like odd things. During this time that I knew a major assault was coming to Cambridge, they also hit me in Boston. And then, so I have to go back and load, and then I don't get hit in Boston, but I still get this Cambridge major assault that wants to go to New York and then go to Massachusetts. So I mean, so yeah, I'm sorry that I have to that I like to explain all these kind of things that happen, so that way you can compare your game to these kind of things at this time of considering the date. And so my plan was to just use these 4 regiments to take away these forts for these British before that they can reinforce it. Matter of fact, I'll even tell you that they did have 4 regiments that reinforced this area that I had to take them out and chase them across the map a little bit. But once I killed them, or maybe one went this way, I don't know. But the last detail that I will give you about when I attack a fort and I do a tactical battle, and then you know how I play this game. If the fort has ammo, I put all my regiments into the fort in the tactical battle, and I rest them for a minute or two so they have condition, and then we come back to the global map, and then all the regiments have ammo because this fort had ammo. And you know, like when you get into the middle of the fort in a tactical battle and you claim the fort from the enemy, you can see the supply depot. You can see the amount of supplies in it. It could be either 0, 50, 30, 40%, 67%, 80%. And that means all your regiments in that battle can get some ammo before they come to the global map, so they'll all be topped off to then greet the enemy. So the last detail that is that when I did what I always do in every single fort battle that has supply, when I looked at the middle thing in the fort, do you know what it showed me? It didn't show me 50%. It didn't show me that it was empty. You know what it showed me? It showed me a long digital line with about 15 characters that said minus 0, 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever, da 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 da. So it didn't display the proper icon that you see when you go into and do a tactical battle on the fort, and it doesn't show the supply. Because, like, I mean, please look at one of my fort battles and go towards the end of the video and see what I did before I came to the global map. I always do this. I always tell you, oh great, this fort has 50% ammo. I'm going to put my 10 or 5 or whatever regiments into this fort so they can all get ammo. Then I move each one out to a place, and then I go to the global map, because then they're all rested and they're all got ammo. So what I'm going to tell you is just that icon in the middle of the fort. It had a negative 15 digits. Okay, so I knew at that point that there was something wrong with this particular fort. And then when I come out, this is what it looks like. And so, again, this fort looked no different than this fort. But come out of it, and the only thing I saw was a negative number, like with about 15, maybe even it was 20 digits, maybe 20 digits long. Now, if you, I don't know if you see that, but again, I just wanted to explain this particular thing, and you know, the video's probably been already like about 10 minutes or something, but anyways, okay, so then the last things that I want to do is I want to just go through this right here. This is where you can assign these different things right here, and you pick whatever it is that you want to put it, and you put it there. You can see what we got, and you can auto do this too. Like you can auto do it, but I just wanted to page through this for just a moment to show you. As a matter of fact, you can even see the things that I've created. I kind of held true to upgrading the town hall, getting a carpenter because I need materials, getting a blacksmith because I need production points so I don't have to pay for factories, and then of course we need a university. We get specialists per week plus 10. Now in some places I can't do that, so then I'm forced to put a church. But then I fall back to a carpenter and stuff like that. Some places I can't do much, so I gotta get something to where I can get a positive. Produces horses for the use in supply wagons, cavalry, and artillery units. Horse production 5. And like I said, if my army is good at the moment, right? Then I could probably sell some of those horses to make some money if I need it. Just because I have 48,000 up above doesn't mean much, because that'll be gone in a matter of a week. But by me showing you this, and if this is bored to you, you don't have to watch, or you can just move halfway into the video to see the battle or something. But there's some places I don't even have anything going on. But again, you can see I already got this as a capital. Lumber and blacksmith. We're just trying to capital here for now. Now this one, capital, lumber, tax office, a university, and a church. Now here's a big one here in Montreal. Capital, lumber, merchant stall. So I'm gonna gain 133. So, you know, if you're on a money crunch, then do some merchant stalls here and there. That helps with income. Supply house, a university. Now here I'm gonna get 10 specialists per week. Church, tax office, and a regional warehouse. And we even got a printing press, a fur trader. Now fur traders, stockades. Now here's New Haven, a capital, a dock, supply house, a university, merchant stall, a regional warehouse, tax office, a weaver's shop, and a printing press. And so you start out in New Haven, so New Haven should be fully complete by time you get to this point in the game. Now New York is a different story. Capital, dock. Okay, so again, and notice how I focused on lumber and blacksmith. But I just thought it might be important to see this kind of stuff. It doesn't mean you need to do what I do. It just means that I'm showing you these things. You don't have to do what I did. And this is not, you know, maybe the way I did it, you know, I had 4 things in here, but only 1 thing could be built. So I wasted all these things, and that meant that I can't do anything else. Like I can't go to some other place and build something because I don't have the money. I don't have the money, or I don't have this, the production costs. You know, construction materials. So I mean, currently speaking, I have that much right there. You can see that I even sold some and stuff like that. But anyways, I thought it's Okay, and then we're coming to the end here, so that's good. So again, in Wyoming, I didn't do much. We're trying to get this up to a capital. We already got a lumber mill here. We got a town hall here and a merchant stall coming, you know. And in York, again, but notice I don't have 5 things queued here because that would take away money, it would take away this, you know, and it would take away office. Now at the moment, due to whatever I've been doing, I got now 400 officers, so I'm swimming in officers at the moment, but that's because nothing's been going on other than me chasing to the west of this. But that shows you this, and then don't forget that the game is going to tell you to do certain one of these in certain places. And you need to do that because you're going to get money and you're going to get resources for doing such a things. Okay, so now let's go to this. The locality regions. This shows you it in a different way, kind of. And so I don't know if this is a better way for you to see this. But this shows you the population, the prisoners, all this. It shows you everything. So you can just go along here and see this, and it's a lot of low loyalty. So that's an ongoing thing that you're gonna have to deal with. But you can deal with it, but it's a slow process. But this is another way of looking at the whole thing, of seeing all this. And now here in the production, right? This here, you can see that if I go over here, I can show you that I am not paying any money for factories or shipyards. Like I just don't have to do it. Like I would have to look at the very first video that I put online to tell you if I had, at the very beginning of the game, that I purchased like 3 or 4 factories because I didn't have the blacksmiths or the carpenter, you know what I mean? But when I show you over here, I've got it maxed out. Like, so the reason I'm making ammo is because when I show you this over here, you can see over here what I do. Now don't forget, you do have to pay for this kind of stuff that I got here, so it's going to cost you something. And you can click here to make it auto of the 3 things that is in here that you want to make it. But from the very beginning of the game, I will tell you that I'm not, and look at it, and I just, like today, I just bumped this up by 1%, the taxes. I don't think I will go beyond 3%. I think I'll just keep it at 3%. Maybe Jefferson will tell me to lower it. But, because okay, so I'll tell you this. In this campaign, this is another point that I can make. In this campaign, you get this presentation to raise taxes, so you raise it by 1%. And then within a month, Jefferson comes and tells you, hey, we need to lower taxes. And so I said, okay, I did it. So I did it because he suggested it. And now I have taxes at 0%. So now I have to go another 30 days before I can get the opportunity to do this again to get to the 1%. So then along the campaign, you know, I bumped it up 1% more to 2. He came back and said something. I said, no, I ain't gonna do it. because I need the tax for the army, right? So, but anyways, and then, you know, like I said, I just recently bumped this up to that. So if I go over to here, you can see currently speaking, and again, look at the date, September 25th, 1777. So this is a point in the campaign where Philly opened up, and I've got 19,000 as income. I got 8,000 now as taxes. Before it was like 6,000, so now it's 8,000. Now the sea trade is higher than what I looked at it before. So that just means, if I show you over here a little bit, this game is big, but anyways, how many of these are going to get through without being destroyed by the British, right? And I can't use my Razzie at the moment because I don't know what is in here. And I've been staying away from the sea pretty much. I mean, I don't know. So let me get back to this over here. So anyways, I'm making ammunition because it's something that we can make, and we have a lot of it. And so when this goes over 1,000, I can sell 200 of it. I'm also making 6-rate Cerberus class frigates. They cost 18,000, and we can sell them for 3,600, somewhere around there, or 3,800, whatever, somewhere around there. It's just something for me to make. Now, you know, again, if I go to muskets, right, you can see what I have unlocked and what I could make. Now, I could make some of these so that way I could create another cavalry company. So I could do that. And you can see that I can get 32 of these per day automatically because I have so many blacksmiths all around here where I am now using all of these to do this, where I could create a cavalry unit. It doesn't have a bayonet, it doesn't have a saber, but for right now, it can do that. So I'm just showing you something that I can do. Like, I can make cannons, right? I can even make mortars at this point in the game, because I unlocked the technology to do that. And these ships, I can make all of these ships. Like, currently I'm just making this. I have 4 in stock, meaning I can sell 4 of them to make some money if my money gets really bad. But you can see that in the market I sold. It shows you right here. Like, this is the proof. It shows you right here that I spent I sold 24,000 in stuff, like different things, right? And my army expense is 25,000. My stupid Razzie British ship that I captured is costing me 1,400. And then the intelligence is the one that really gets me, because it says missions minus 35. Like, that's the one thing I don't understand. I can't find where I'm spending that minus 35. Like, I just don't know where that is, and I don't know how to cancel it or whatever. Like, or is that something of when I normally do this? But anyways, I just want to show you this. So let's get going. And then here, when you need wagons, you're gonna have to make some wagons, so that way you can create the 3 types of companies that require the wagons. So I have 66. I could sell 33 of them if I needed money, and I would still have another 30 of them. and stuff like that. So that is something that I can show. So okay, so again, all of these factories I'm not paying a single penny for, other than what it costs right here to actually make the product. That's what it's costing me to do all this. But I can show you that. Okay, so then that is done. And now the market. This is the place when it unlocks at the beginning of the campaign. And then at times the game gives you stuff. And if at one time you were using these, but now you're no longer using them, you can sell them, right? Just like the hunters, right? Morgan comes with these. So you have 400 of these that Morgan has. Unless he gets hurt, he loses 50 guys, then you lost 50 guns. But you can then sell them if you don't use them. And notice that if you don't see them here, that means I sold them, okay? So that's as simple. Just like every ship the game gave me, I disbanded and sold, okay? Like all through the campaign. Any ship that the game gave me, like the 4 cutters that you get here, I scrapped them and sold them. The four brigades, although I did use them to come out and get this Raz. No, I didn't. Excuse me. The four brigade ships that I. Let's go to the ships for just a minute. Yeah, the brigs. Excuse me. When the game gives you 4 brigs, I sold those 4 brigs. But when the game gave me, I think they gave me 4 of these or 3 of these, and I used those plus 1 sloop or something, British sloop, to come out here and get this Razzie. And I think that's what I used to get the Razzie. It's got 32 pounders and 24 pounders. And it's the only reason why I'm keeping them. You know, like, and I'm spending the 1700 or whatever it costs me each week. But okay, so I don't want to keep going on and on and on, because, you know, I got this pending battle to do, but I just wanted to explain how to make some money that just like I got a 3-pounder here. I'm not gonna use a 3-pounder, so that's 224. So I will sell that. And I can even tell you that I had made about 30 of these, but you get these from the British when you win battles. I even got 7. I have 77. I could sell 16 of them and get 8,000. And now I'm up to 56,000, right? And I still have 61, so that means any regiment that has a 6-pounder, I can also give it back to them if they lose it. And things of that nature. And I'll tell you the other thing. The game gives you 12-pounders somewhere in the start of the campaign, and so you can make 1 or 2 regiments, but I only make 1, and then I keep a gun here and there, and then I sell them. So, and then if, for example, the 1 regiment that has these, that's 4 guns. If I needed 1, I could always buy 1 back, but or I could just say, heck with it. We get some good money for the 12-pounders, and then we just keep giving them the 6-pounder, because, you know, the 6-pounder British gun has been pretty good to this point in the campaign. So that's about the guns. And so and then when you sell the ships, you get the 6-pounders, the 9-pounders and stuff, and you can sell them. Like I even have 6-pounders here. I can sell 18 of them and get 1,300. It's not a lot of money, but it's something, right? So I can do that. And so that's what I'm showing. And then ships, like, let me show you the Cerberus class. If I sell one. Oh, so now they went down. So the market, I used to get 36. Now I'm only getting 28. I mean, it's still more than 1800 that it cost me to make this, plus the other resources. But I noticed right there that I'm actually like I know when I first started making these Corvettes, I was getting somewhere around 36 to 3800 now. But don't forget, this game is constantly being patched and balanced and things of that nature. And so now, and this is why I don't do the sea battles, because if you played this game 6 months ago, not in game time, but I mean from a physical sense of our life 6 months ago, if you played this game, you could rule the ocean and you could sell and make so much rep and money that the developers just totally trashed it all. So I mean, that's no longer the case. But I'll sell one. I'll sell one just to show you. So you can see here that I'm making them for 1800. And so I can sell them for 2800 at the current moment right now as I speak to you. They're only going to give me basically a little over 1,000 more for selling it. So they've changed this just in a recent patch. Like before this patch, I could sell them for 38, and now I can only sell them for 28. So I mean, there's constantly things changing. But this is why I'm still playing on Xsola, because we get the updates right away that affect us. So if I so again, we already talked about the muskets and the rifles and things like that. Now see the short brown bess, which I can give to cavalry. I got 70, so if I gave that to that, if I made another cavalry unit, I could get 70, but I won't top it off at 80. So this is why I'm making this one. And I made this one, and I had a lot, but I sold it back to the market because, you know, I had enough of these for my regular 3 companies of cav. But because I made this new cav, you know, I don't have enough for him. I don't have enough to make a second cav company, is what I'm trying to say. Until I make a bunch, you know, so like in 3 days, in 3 days of time, I will have enough to make another cavalry company. But what I'm just taking this, and so maybe this will be a half hour of just talking about this game and stuff before I do the battle. So I already discussed that. I discussed the ships already, and now the goods. You can see that I have no furs at the moment. I should have 30 or 60 of them, but that means I sold them already. I got ammunition, right? Notice the market has this amount, because think about it. What did if you go back to your game and go into the beginning of the game and stuff and see the market, it's got squat. This shows you that I've sold a lot of ammo. But that's because I make a lot of ammo. And now the rum, we got 20. If I were to just sell 10, yeah, so we don't get much for the rum. It's just 800. So now the provisions, I've been selling a little bit of that, but this is important for winter. So I've got a lot. Well, that's because I have a lot of grain places all over the place. And then wagons, I already mentioned about the wagons. Cigars. Sometimes there's something that you need to give to the natives or the French or Spanish, and they might ask for some of these, so don't sell too many. I'll sell 4. So just 4 cigars, right? $1,000. And then if you go too low with your textiles, they're gonna give you a point of interest to build or something. And now the resources. I'm gonna just show you the resources for the moment, and then we can move on. Construction points. Yeah, you need that to construct, right? But at the same time, I can, because I'm making enough, I can sell some, and that's gonna be 800 there. And then the wood, wherever you see, okay, and this is the other point to make. Again, look at the time of where I am in the game, so that way you can compare what you see down here. And this shows you, because I'm going to tell you, if you start the game and look at your game, there's hardly anything that the market has. Like, it doesn't have a lot of anything. So when you see that the market has more here than what's up here, then that just means all along the way I've been selling a lot of this stuff. I don't sell it all. You don't want to sell it all, because you need all this to build and to do stuff in this game. But you can sell a little if you're hurting for money, right? Because if you look at this financial report, my financing is 19, my taxes now are up to 8,000. So somewhere along the sea, some of my supply ships are getting to my docks, but I don't really truly control that, because I don't really truly have a navy. And the only reason I don't have a navy is because to me it's more expensive than the army. Even though my army is 25,000, what I'm trying to show you here is everything about this game that makes it, like, you have to manage it, and it makes it a little tough. And then look at the bottom. You can increase income by expanding your territory control, raising taxes, selling items, protecting sea trade routes. Yeah, see, so but what I'm demonstrating here is I am showing you all the things that you can sell. And so I must have at some point sold 153 horses, because I don't know if maybe they had something like 40 or something here that you could buy, and maybe at some point I bought some, but at some point in this game I sold. There's no way that this market would have 153 horses. Absolutely no way. I don't believe it. And the coal and stuff. But okay, so I think I've over-talked all this. Now, this one here is another way of seeing all the places and seeing what's up. And you can tell where you're gaining and where you're not. And so I just wanted a video to show all of these things of currently what is going on in my game according to this date of September 25, 1777. This shows you the prisoners. No ships, ports. In Boston. So we have 48 guns and 350. That Razi ship that I captured from the British. That's the only ship that is in my navy. That is it. And like I said, and I can, and just the bottom line, I can say that I just don't like the sea right now. Like we get hardly anything for doing sea battles. Like I don't even notice a rep change when I win a sea battle. Like I don't even notice it. Like 6 months ago, I could get 20 points from rep for doing a sea battle. And so that was a big deal. And they nerfed it. So they nerfed it. Now the regiments and garrisons. Now this is, like I said, this one here is important. This is like really important. You can get the most out of certain places by paying for mining, provisions, mining, provisions, mining, production, mining, provisions, mining. So it does cost me money. Like, look at this. But we got factory points, we got shipyard points, we have army points. So you can see from Massachusetts, or Taxachusetts is what I'd call it, but and then there's Quebec, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. But I am spending 400. But look what I'm getting though, 4,722. So, you know, and I'm not saying that this is the best. This is just what I've done. And this is why I have a lot of stuff, like resources that I can sell here and there to make some money. Because this whole game is about money. You know what I mean? So that is about all that I can say about this one. So if you're not paying for any of this, then you're gonna have some money problems. Then these things, you can tell it to do something if you want to just have it focus on army development, production development, or what. And this I don't think costs you anything until they actually do the thing that you're asking it to do. Then it will cost you, but that's something that you can do if you want it to be automated and stuff like that is what you can do. Now, I haven't done much here other than in 30 days, you know, I could raise taxes or do nothing or lower them. And you can see that this is an easy campaign. So, you know, you'll have an easy way, your campaign, to liberate the colonies. Opponent army down 50%, opponent navy down 50%, recruits 25%, income 50%, reputation negative impact minus 25%. So you can see that this is proof right here that this is just an easy campaign. That's what it is. And there are, yeah, I can say there are times when it's pretty hard, but overall, like, look where I am in this game and decide for yourself. And then look at this. So if I go on that bar, I can see campaign progress. The British Army is very weak. The British have a huge navy. Yeah, it's because I don't like the way you nerfed the navy, so I'm not going to do the navy. Victory points 555. Killed soldiers 722. British 422. Ship sunk 3. Like I said, captured localities 65, and the British captured 19. So I mean, because okay, so if you look at, if you look at Cambridge, well, they just took Cambridge. Like, we owned this, and then they landed right here, and then they took this. If I didn't have this here, they would have came over to Dover and killed the one militia that was here. And then they would have progressed further to go for Philly and whatever. This is where they landed. It's 6,000. So yeah, I don't know. And they got another officer, so I gotta kill that officer. But anyways, let's go back to this. So again, I don't have a lot of play in this. I mean, 1 or 2 times I clicked on here to do something, and it says I have to give them something or demand something. And so if you demand something, you're gonna lose, loyalty and stuff. And if you give them something, you'll gain some, or you won't lose any. And so I do admit to you that I haven't done much here, other than maybe one time I did something to change it, and then 3-4 times that I did this tax thing to get up to 3%. So, but anyways, so that's all that I can say about this particular thing. But this shows you here your difficulty setting. So if anybody that's playing this game shows you this menu, you will see what difficulty they're playing on. Okay? So that's that. Now, the last thing is this here. I've got 4 generals. It looks like the game only allows you 1 more, so I'm currently here. You can see here what I unlocked and what I did not unlock. And this, just shows you, whatever, what I'm working on and stuff. The game will tell you that you got to do this, or the game will tell you that you have to do this, or you have to do this. So the game is going to reward you if you do it. And that's how you get some money and things of that nature. I'm not saying it's a lot, I'm just saying that it's some money. And then your army limit, your fleet, officers, population, materials, and the finance report. And so that's that. And then this intelligence. You can see the chief intelligence. You can see the things, the check marks of where I did it and where I didn't. There's not a lot here, but again, You can see I never unlocked the 4-pounder. I went for the 6-pounder. And I didn't even unlock the 12-pounder. And currently I'm going for blacksmith carts, I believe. But you can go over here. I did do the 8-inch mortar. I came over here. And we can go down to these, but there's a lot of days, and you know, and I don't know, 77. So I mean, I forget what this campaign goes to, but point is, now here I'm going for the supply. So the big thing of this campaign when you start, right? You know, if you go for the quartermaster command, you get 7.5 research speed. Same thing if you go over here. Right? And then you have to decide on which way to go to get the most out of it. You eventually need to have wagons because you're not going to be able to make cavalry, you're not going to be able to make cannons and things of this nature of companies if you don't research this. So that's always a challenge when you first start to do these either or. You want this for the speed, you want this for the speed, but then you want to unlock this, then maybe you go down here and things of that nature. And you can see, look, I got all of these, right? I got all of these right here. So that way I'm done over there. And currently I'm going for army limit and 8% unit ammunition. I've already got this because I got the speed. And so we got a lot of stuff here to deal with. Ah, look at dragoons right here. Yeah. But 7.5 fortification bonus. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But I mean, because if I unlock Hunter, which, you know, I wouldn't make them. Whatever advantage they have, they're not going to do anything in melee. So, but then this would give me access to this right here to unlock this. But if I face more cavalry in this game, I will get that weapon anyways. And so you can see the things here. And then lastly, the Navy. Yeah, so you can see that I got what I got here. And so we just got this right here. Because I'm not even making a navy, I'm not, you know, yeah, I'm not doing a lot here other than if I do this, now the way I look at this, I think that when I get this complete, I'll have 4 ships. But then I'll decide what to do with them. Like, is that a good enough fleet to go out and attack some of the British ships? But if I'm gonna face 12 third-rate ships, there's no way that this 4 ships are gonna do it for me. But you know what I mean? I mean, that's a whole different part of the game, the ship part of it. But you can see what this is, where where this is. You can see all these things that I'm only doing this because they may give me these 4 ships. It's my guess, and if they do, I can either scrap them and sell them, or disband them and sell them, or I could try to use them to go out into the sea. But again, that is barring the fact that I, you know what I mean, I don't have a major threat on the map. You know what I mean? Why would I go out on the sea just playing out here when this thing's happening at anywhere on this map that could end up doing it? So okay, so I originally started this video with this bug, this glitch, this silly thing, and my game, or I did not create this, because if you look over here you can see this. The only difference that I'm telling you was, so I'm summarizing, but the only thing I can tell you is that this had a minus 15-digit code that said it's negative supply. And when I came out, this is the way it looks, compared to not looking like this over here. But if you look right now, you can see a bunch of them on the map out here. They're everywhere. There's some of them everywhere, like. So yeah. So okay, so I think it's fair at this point that I have, like, is there something that I didn't show you in this game that you would like to see, or something of that nature? But from what I just did, and the game, and I haven't been running game time, like, it's still this. Yeah, so I can just go ahead and I can save it, but let me see something for just a minute. No, I can't do that one. Alright, so now we got 20 guys. And if I look at Dover, we got 42 at the moment. And then the other final thing that I'll show you about this is that it's going to take 45 days for this capital to be increased. And this is the original militia that was in here. And I guess I can show you this. If I upgrade him to a Fusilier, it's going to cost 610 officers. And so now but he's got the civilian musket, and I don't want him to have that. So I'm going to give him what I have available, which, as long as I keep fighting the British, I will have Brown Bess, even though, you know, it is what it is, but it is that. So I will do that for him, because that'll make him stronger. Because if they got, I don't know what they got here. It said it was a large fleet. It didn't tell me the exact fleet. So I mean, it could be 4, 5, 6,000. Who knows what's here? I got 3 regiments here, 3 in here, and I got what I got in here. I got 1, 2, and then a half, and then I got cav. Now, if what you can do is put the cav here for priority. Cause okay, okay, so don't forget, Milita is 150 per line company, but Fusilier is only 120, so that's why we have a balance here now of 100. So if I were to run a little bit of time, he would build up. But he's only going to be able to go to 70, right? That's where his limit is. And why don't I go with this guy, right? See, I got all these 6-pounders. So that'll give me 20 guys. And now I technically could go with a supply wagon, because I have some wagons. And then the last unit here that I could try is, I do like skirmishers. They want to give them the hunter. You know, please tell me why they want to give them the hunter. I mean, do they shoot longer distance maybe, and that's the reason? But a lot of times the enemy charges my skirmisher. And so if he has a bayonet, he can at least be equal, I guess. Alright, so there it is. Okay, so on September 25th, 1777, Congress tax change plus 1%. New tax is going to be 3%. Yeah, and that's what I want. I want to see what a 3% tax does. Like when I look over here. Because before I did that, I think, you know, it was around 6,000. So I mean, I'm at 8,000. But again, just consider the fact that I'm spending nearly 27,000 for my army. So I mean that's very expensive. But okay, I'm gonna run this day out, right? And then I'm gonna go ahead and save the game, end the video, and then I will start again when I do this attack right here. Because in this video, I at least showed the glitch or the bug or whatever the heck this is that you can call it. Like, and that I think this is what this video is going to be about. It's going to be explaining to my ability of what all this is and what to do, and that is it. That's all that this video is going to be. Because it would be silly to then do a battle that's going to take me an hour. So I mean, so yeah, let me just run this day out. Because if they're not going to attack me, then, you know. So let me just get this day over and I'm going to pause it. Alright, pause. I spent a little rep over here to get whatever thing down here was to get there. It was something that I needed, I don't know. Construction lumber mill in Falmouth complete. Oh, okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. It says okay. Alright, so I take that back then. Well, I take that back. Okay, so I mean it's still an issue. I mean, it looks like I got it, but it's a damaged fort. And now I got what I wanted to have, which unfortunately, you know, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna have to put Morgan in here because he's only gonna go up to 400. This guy can get up to 600, but all right, so let me show you that then. Okay, so then yeah, okay, I'm gonna end this video pretty soon, but this is just interesting. So I'm glad because somebody had mentioned something about how this works, and so this so technically this would mean, you know, yeah, so technically, you know what this would mean? But still, how this happened is exactly how I told you in the beginning of the video. Unlike that, like I said, I'll just remind you, unlike that, this is what this fort looked like. It looked like Randolph here. But when I got out of the battle, it looks like this. And so that is that. So okay, so I can show you what I was gonna do here. Because I gotta end the video because I'm not gonna start a battle right now. I'm just not. So you can already stop watching. But the thing is that I'm trying to get my general to Pitt, it looks like. And the cav is headed to Pitt, it looks like. I don't know if I could go to Randolph, but maybe there's a problem with Randolph, so I can't go there. But this tells me that if I tell him to get in here and then I tell him to leave, and if I send him to here and he stands on this for a day, we'll get this back too then, without any enemy here or something. Now if there is enemy in this region, then I don't know why my one regiment might get destroyed, but I think it's going to be a chance that I can take. And I wouldn't want to lose Morgan. He's only 400 guys, right? He's 346 at the moment, but I mean, if these natives decided to attack here, they would probably kill him. But nonetheless, these are all the kind of issues that you face in this game, and at the same time, I gotta consider over here. So, right? If I tell him to come out, and if I tell him to come out, not enough muskets. Oh, and not enough horses. Not enough horses. Okay, so then what we can do is go to okay, so I will buy back 60 of the horses that I sold, and then, you know, eventually, but again, you gotta understand something. At the time that I did sell some horses, at that time I didn't need the horses, right? I mean, so you gotta look at those kind of things, because at certain times you're not going to be able to sell the wood because you need it, or the construction material, or whatever. So you got to decide when and where. So I will go ahead and buy some horses. Even though I have some pastures and stuff, maybe I don't have enough of them to really start giving me a lot of horses. So that's something that I could critique a little bit. And then the next place that I'm going to build something, maybe I can do that again. I can build, you know, a stable or something. So that's something, and so this video is going on for a moment because I'm showing you, and this is not the best gameplay. This is just I'm just showing you some of the game mechanics in this game and how to, you know, do them and stuff like that. So again, like I said, I am concerned, not enough muskets. Well, I know he can go to 70. So maybe I just needed to buy 2 horses and that would have been it. But then let's take a look, right? We now have 33 of these. You know? Yeah, we now have 33 of these. So in another day, we will have 60. And then in one more day, we'll have 90. So we'll have enough for him. And as long as these guys are content to stay right here, I want to ask you something. Is Cambridge big enough to hold 6,000 or 5,000 or whatever it is that they got there? Right? Because they're certainly not getting any resupply right now because I've got this. It's blocking them. And they can't go across here. Now, granted, they could have landed here. And then they would have had Alexandria or Baltimore, but because they landed here, this is why I am here. And that means I came from New York. So anyways, but I'm just showing you some things. So because I don't want to do the battle right now, but I found it interesting. I found it interesting. So let me run. I got to get Morgan in here. I got to get him into here. Come on, go. I just want you in here, buddy. I don't want anything else to happen in the game until he gets here. Look at, he's not moving. Like, come on. Oh. All right, I'm going to pause. Now, we know that they can't support them. So all I really want to do, right, is I'm going to tell him to go to there. Right? Look at that. It's gonna take 2,272 days left. It's at 0. All negative loyalty changes will be reduced because your loyalty is low. Yeah, this slot is available. Yeah, I mean, I could, you know. Yeah, see, the problem is I don't know how to. It doesn't let you cancel this, so that is hilarious. Okay, so but anyways, so now we know. But I will tell you, if this fort, when you first attack it, looks like that, but when you see the supply icon in the middle, if that is a negative minus with a bunch of digits, then you know when you come out, it's gonna be like what we saw here. So I think that is the plan. So you can see that the plan is that Wesley with my 3 cav unit companies is going to go to Pitt for now and then get revitalized. Gates is headed to here because the reason for that is I'm going to try to get some regiments to head up here because before winter I want to try to get this and that, and then I think the rest of the map is like this. There's nothing else out here that I see other than maybe some natives or something. And so it might be possible to make some regiments to go to each one of these places and claim them. Maybe. That might be something to do during the winter. But at the moment, I don't have any free units other than my cav, and I ain't gonna want to lock my cav up into someplace way out here in nowhere land. But I think this is a good spot at the moment, and we got to watch out for this. But well, it's not like we can attack these, so I mean, you know what I mean. But I'm gonna see if I can hold this with him. And you can see that there's a lot of things that go on in this game that you have to react to or do. And so yeah, so again, I think this should be a good place to save the game. And then see if I burn another day or two. But of course, they can also do another invasion somewhere else too. You know what I mean? Like, and then I have 2 invasions to deal with instead of just getting this one done. So, okay, but the next video will be, I think I ought to just do this regardless of what is in Cambridge that just landed. Like, I don't know the amount, because they did not come up here to attack me. I have a big enough force here that made them just sit here. But again, when I do attack this, I want to see what Cambridge can hold, because I you know what I mean, like you see the issue that I got over here, right? Like this Finley or Finney I know now how to capture these. I just, you know. So anyways, I got a regiment gonna go to here, and we'll cap this one, and then he'll sitting here. And this one might be in the same boat as this one, meaning it ain't gonna support any more than like maybe 400 people. So then I don't know what's gonna happen. It's the same where any place that I have a regiment that can't even support 1 full regiment. Like, I don't know where it is, but yeah, like maybe in Shirley or yeah, okay, so anyways, alright, like I've shown enough of this, okay, I think, to just go ahead and do the ending right now. So let's go ahead and do that. So, no matter where you are in the world, have a great day, a great afternoon, or a great evening. Please take care of yourselves, be kind to others. God bless to you, keep all religions equal. This is your friend Jeff signing out. Adios amigos, and adios the lovely amigas.